Hello, welcome back to Hunter Tuned. Today, we're at the shop and I got some exciting stuff to show you guys. I've got some parts to turbocharge my Honda S2000. So I got the S2K up on the lift. We did a baseline pull on it to see where it is NA, and we're gonna, do a power run after the fact and see how much power we've added. It is always cool to see the before and after, doing a turbocharger or whatever. But like I said, this video I'm gonna show you guys some of the parts, and I might get started on installing some stuff. But I wanted to show you guys this super badass turbo manifold I got from Straightline Motorsports. Cue the music. This turbo manifold is probably the nicest unit I've ever had on any of my cars. This thing is a freaking beast. It looks awesome and it's heavy. Holy crap. Especially with the turbo attached to it, it is a freaking heavy beast. But anyways, this is a custom built turbo manifold for my S2000, utilizing my Hunter Tuned 44mm wastegate. And it is also utilizing a Hunter Tuned 6262. You guys know I get my turbos from VS Racing, and picked up, I think this is actually the Gen 3. I don't think I have those listed on my website right now, or just the Gen 2 stuff, but they did come out with a third iteration of the 6262, and I'm going to try it out on my S2000 and see how it is. I also opted on this specific turbo kit to go with a V-band turbo. So I run the V-band 6262s on my twin turbo Mustang that makes over 1,000 horsepower, but on the S2000 I opted to go with a V-band one as well. So this is an 83 AR V-band housing. So it's a 2.5 inch inlet, and then it has a 3 inch V-band outlet. So I've had this build kind of developing over the last couple months. I've been waiting on some parts and waiting on some funds to finish to get all the stuff I want for it. Worked with Straightline Motorsports over the last month or two, and I sent them the flanges that match the turbo, and I sent them the flanges that come with the Hunter Tuned 44mm wastegate. So I sent them all my flanges, and they put those specific flanges on this manifold. They also did a dump tube screamer pipe with the Hunter Tuned 44mm flange on it, and a down pipe to come off of the turbo, and it has this really nice flex joint right here. And then these are the V-bands that come with the turbo. Well, they don't come with the turbo, you have to buy them separately, because some people already have the V-bands and stuff, but I bought the V-bands, and yeah, they put them all on, so everything should be pretty much plug and play. Speaking of plug and play, we got an ECU. This is my first time using a standalone Haltech system, and I got the Haltech Elite 1500 ECU. So I got this from my good buddy Kurt Miller down at Dyno Tune Performance here in Wisconsin. He is a Haltech dealer, and he hooked it up with a great price, and I'm pretty excited to try out a Haltech because I've never used a Haltech in anything before, and I figured why not try it on the S2000, because Haltech actually makes a plug and play wiring harness. So this is like their little wiring adapter thingy-mabob. This side plugs into the stock Honda ECU plugs, and then coming out of this side you have your Haltech stuff that goes to your Elite 1500. It comes with this little cable, which is pretty much just a printer cable like all the other ones, just like Hondata and stuff like that. One thing too that was really cool, I was like, where do you fucking plug this thing in? Because it normally has this little cover. It's like a waterproof seal cover. So yeah, when you want to tune it, plug into it right there, and when you're not tuning it, you can put the little cover back on and make it all nice like that. Got some cool stickers, got a little lanyard, and a USB drive. I don't know if this has like the software on it, but I just downloaded the software online. It also came with like these little connectors for like intake air temp sensor and stuff like that, which don't think I'm gonna need. But the packaging and stuff from Haltech is top freaking notch. This stuff looks really nice. Quick start guide. I haven't looked at much of this stuff. If you guys want me to like do a video going through the Haltech stuff, I probably will. Enough of you have to go down there and comment it though if you want to see it, because your boy is busy lately and been trying to decipher where to make videos and what to make them on, and it's just been a toss-up because I have so many projects going on, and I don't want to sound like I'm mad about it, because I'm not. I put myself in this situation, but it's funny because you always say, oh, once I have a couple bucks, I'm gonna get all these fucking piles of shit cars, right? Well, I got a ton of pile of shit cars now, and they are consuming my life. There's so many of them that I can't even decipher what one to work on half the time. I just feel like I have to have them. It's an actual issue. It's way easier to get a project done when it's your only project. If you have numerous projects going on like I do, it's stressful to say the least, and you don't even know where to start. But I know for a fact I want to put a turbo on my S2000, so I'm going to try to just focus on this thing for the next couple days or whatever, and get it turbocharged and up and ripping, because this has kind of been one of my dream cars and I want to make it my own. And we did a paint job on it already, and I did a set of tires, and now we're putting some more power to it. So I think after we get the turbo kit on, maybe we can set aside the S2000 and work on something else, but this is the one that we're going to focus on for now. I was also I've been contemplating like making a video on all of my projects and just showing you guys like all the bikes that I got now, and the cars and what we should do with them, and thinking about making a video on that, just kind of blabbing and talking to you guys like I always do. Talk way too freaking much, I already know it, I'm sorry. So anyways, super badass manifold, Straightline Motorsports, give them guys a holler. I reached out to them on like Facebook Messenger, and they were super responsive, and they got my stuff done, and it looks great. I hope it fits as good as it looks. So for the intercooler side of things, you guys know I love supporting VS Racing, and I've supported VS Racing for years now, and they've supported me on my builds, and I just love the products that they offer. I've never had really any bad experiences on my personal stuff. 99% of the time, if everything is installed right, I've never had an issue or a failure with the VS Racing product ever. The only failures I've ever seen with VS Racing is usually install error. But I got the VS Racing Turbo. I also got the VS Racing 4-inch core intercooler. So this intercooler is an absolute beast. It's a 31 by 12 by 4. So most of the ones you guys see on eBay are 31 by 12 by 3. So the core size itself right here are 3-inch, which the 3-inch intercoolers are still good for some pretty decent power, to be honest. You can make 600 horsepower plus on a 3-inch core. But the 4-inch core, it usually makes the power a little bit more effortlessly. Your charge temps won't get as hot. Obviously, the bigger the core, the better the cooling. So VS Racing actually offers a 6-inch core now, but I didn't want to go that crazy on the S2000 because I don't think it's going to fit. The 4-inch core is about as big as I want to put in the bumper. But if I ever do another air-to-air intercooler on like a Turbo LS or something like that, I'm probably going to opt for that 6-inch core, because that thing looks like a freaking beast. And you cannot beat the price point of these coolers, guys. I think this cooler was a little over 200 bucks shipped to my door, and you just can't beat it for the price. You really can't. I don't see an issue making well over 700 horsepower with this size core. If you want to make 1,000 or so, that 6-inch core is the way to go. So yeah, and then VS Racing was actually just running a special on some intercooler piping, so I picked up the, you know, the typical run-of-the-mill piping kit that I normally always buy for all my turbo builds. It's just like a universal piping kit. Comes with 2 45s, 2 90s, 2 straights, and 2 U's. I don't know if this one has U-bends or not. Yeah, it's got U's. And then it comes with a bunch of couplers and clamps and stuff like that. I actually got a 2.5-inch piping kit, and I got a 3-inch piping kit because they were on sale. And I'm like, I could probably use one of them on one car and one of them on another. So that's what I did. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna try to get the bumper taken off of the car real quick, and once the bumper's removed, I'm gonna try to get the intercooler mounted up, and that'll probably be the end of this video. I might pick up once we start doing the exhaust and stuff like that in the next video, but for now, I just want to get the intercooler mounted because, man, I really want to look at how it looks in the bumper. When we painted this car, I used this bumper for a reason, because it already has the grill cut out, and I think the intercooler is really going to fit and fill that gap really well. So let's get to it. I'm going to get the bumper off and try to get this intercooler mounted. All I'm going to do is take some flat stock and weld it to the you know, the support around the radiator there, weld it to there, and then I'll be able to run like a plate or a bar across. This is my idea currently. I'm gonna kind of measure up some stuff, and then I'm gonna run this bar pretty much from that end to this end, and then drill holes in it where it needs to mount, and then I'll do the same thing on the bottom and just run tabs off the bottom of the intercooler. So that's what I'm gonna do, and pick up to you guys when I get it all mounted up. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, it's like the S2000 was meant for an intercooler. I didn't have to cut the AC out or nothing. It's tight. It fits a 4-inch core without rubbing anywhere. And I just made these little brackets I welded to the bumper here and bolted down. Now I'm just going to, I did the bottoms as well down there going to the radiator support. So, got the brackets made. This thing ain't going nowhere once I tighten the bolts. But it looks freaking awesome. Like, hell yeah, brother. That thing looks sweet in there. So I'm gonna probably get the bolts tightened down. I'm gonna put some paint over those welds that I did. And then I'm gonna put the bumper on, and I'm gonna see what kind of clearance I'm gonna have between the bumper and where the intercooler piping needs to go. I'm really hoping that it's okay where it's mounted, so I don't have to like raise or lower it. I'm really hoping it's just gonna be okay right here, because the tabs and stuff I made for it were really pretty easy. So it sure beats, you know, paying 1,800 bucks for an intercooler kit. Just trying to make it yourself. So I did spend the money where it mattered, in my opinion. The turbo manifold is a big deal, so I definitely paid the professionals on that, but I'm gonna do some backyard shit doing the intercooler like I usually always do. But I've come a long way, you know. The intercoolers are no longer mounted with zip ties. I'm actually making some little hardware to mount it secure. Alright guys, so I got those brackets done, and I just kind of threw the bumper on. It's not bolted or anything, but it just clips into the little headlight area and stuff. But damn, look at that intercooler. It literally fits like it's supposed to be there. It fits so good and so uniform to the bumper, it's not even funny. Like, I personally think, yeah, there's a lot of purists out there, S2000 guys, that are really in love with the naturally aspirated power of this engine, and I can agree with you. The car is perfect stock, like it really is. But I like a little bit of, I like a little power, and you know, we can always turn it way down if I want to take it for an autocross event or something like that. And I want to show you guys that I'll be able to do that. I'm gonna run a really low wastegate spring, so the car will still, it'll just be a spunked up version of what it was NA. Or I can flip a dial or a switch or a button in the car or whatever I set up in this thing, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, and crank this thing up to who knows how much power. These little F20s can really take some power in completely stock form. So I think it fits absolutely awesome. it's honestly just sweet. It's looking freaking sweet. Exactly what I wanted with this car for looks is this, with the white. That's why I kind of painted it white. I already had the envision of having the intercooler in there. And I mean, just look at the thing. Just look at it. Man, it looks so good. The only thing in here is the piping coming off of here is gonna be a little bit tight, but not terrible. I think I'm just gonna buy a 3-inch 90-degree coupler to put off of both sides of the intercooler, because like I said, it's a little bit tight in here between the bumper, the little vent thing, whatever that is. So it's just gonna kind of swoop like this. And I don't really know where guys run the piping, if they run them through here. If they run it through here, I'm gonna have to get a slim fan or something like that for the cooling fan. I'm gonna have to change that up a little bit, because I don't think we can go straight up. So I think I have to figure something out with the fan, but it'll come along slowly but surely. I wanted to kind of, you know, mock stuff up like this so I can figure out what I gotta order, so I'm not like completely down forever. It is beautiful weather here lately in Wisconsin, so I'm trying to take advantage of it with this car, and you know, just kind of get a head start. I did get some of the parts, but there's going to be little odds and ends that you're always going to need for a turbo kit. Little fittings or couplers that, you know, are going to make stuff fit a little bit better. So that's what the plan is for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to get this thing done. I'll probably do the exhaust, get the turbo and stuff mounted onto the engine in the next video, so you guys will have to stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. If you like the video, it really does help kind of bring the videos up in the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. And subscribe, guys. I'm kind of close to 50,000 subscribers, and that would be like mind-blowing if I could ever get there one day. So yeah, always thank you for all the support on my website, huntertune.com. Go check out all the parts and stuff that I got available on there. Wastegate I'm going to be running on this car, the blow-off valve, the turbo, the injectors, the fuel pump, all that kind of stuff. All is going to be from my website that I'm putting on this car. Pretty much the only thing I don't have is like piping or the turbo manifold. I don't have those to sell for you guys. Sorry. But there's a lot of badass companies out there like Straightline Motorsports to set you up with something really freaking nice. Definitely go give them guys a follow on Facebook, or go check them out and tell them Hunter Tune sent you. Till the next video, guys, have a great night and a better tomorrow. God bless, and we will see you later.